We giving y'all good information so the community could use this stuff to heal and to learn from it and to move forward.
What we did over here is we united everybody against oppression. Our common enemy was police and racist law organizations that was oppressing the brothers in the struggle. You know what I'm saying? That's where we came from over here. Not from, how the brothers came up over there, Raymond Washington and how they, I think it was a whole different thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
Put a 1 in the chat if I'm lying. Put a 2 if we ain't take over New York and the East Coast.
But at the end of the day, our cause derived from a whole nother thing. They was doing one thing in their neighborhoods and whatever. We came up over here. We always had neighborhoods. We'd always been, I'm from down here. I'm from Gowanus. I'm from Fort Greene. I'm from Bell Hook. I'm from Brownsville. I'm from Bed-Stuy. We always had neighborhood things. You know what I'm saying? Going on in Brooklyn and New York City.
Right? In the name of blood. OG Mac lied, mixed the books up. This is the transition, y'all. You heard? This is the transition. OG Max lied, cooked the books, told us a bunch of garbage, right? He told us a bunch of garbage, but it still worked. But it still worked. Why did it work? Why was OG Mac able to tell all these lies that anybody that read the book can tell? Of course, New York, we didn't really know nothing about gangbanging. That was a West Coast thing. That Blood and Crip thing was a West Coast thing. We ain't know about that. Just being honest.
Our struggle derived out of a whole different thing. Like we differentiate ourselves from the West Coast and the East Coast just because of how, our environs are. We come from different, like when you go and absorb different people's cultures, they have different customs and they have different ways. Right. You know what I'm saying? So when you go to Cali, they live a certain way, they more laid back, and their thing is like even when you go down south, it's more country, slow, New York, fast paced. Everybody has their customs. So a lot of times that misunderstanding disallows people to sit there and relate with each other.
I'm gonna tell you why in a minute. It wasn't just them. I'm gonna get to that in a second. This is the transition. This is the transition right here. OG Mac, once he came to the people in the name of blood, once he came, true, false, fake paperwork or not, once OG Mac came to the people in the name of blood, in the name of Black revolution in America, it was over. That resonated with us. We was right for revolution. The stars was in alignment. And I know what the Latin Kings and Netas was doing. Even if they wasn't doing to me, I watched what they did to other people. I helped other people against them before I turned blood. So we all knew what was going on in the state. We all knew what the Netas and Latin Kings were doing. We all knew that. My time in the state, just being honest.
May 92, I got 35 stitches in my face right here. This started the movement when I got cut. I got cut in C95 yard.
Who cut you?
A Nieta. I don't even know the guy, never seen, I didn't even, blindsided, he cut me, wow. I didn't realize I was cut till he was like about 20 feet away. My man said, yo, when I touched, woof. This created the movement because right after that, my little homie Scully, he was one of the first bloods. Jamaican brother, they cut his grandmother on a visit.
Wait, what? Why they was doing that?
Random acts of violence. Fear.
They cut his grandmother?
And they cut this kid named Sean Green aunt. Yes, the Jamaicans became the first bloods, which are now Black Lions. That's in our history.
But how can Jamaica be the first bloods BO when Bloods was already out? I'm confused.
No, Bloods wasn't out. This is 92, brother. When this happened, no exaggeration, the whole yard went up. They've never seen in the history of C95 brothers come together and fight against Spanish guys ever before till this happened. And then the following year,
Bloods didn't start in
No,
LA.
to 93. No, Blood started. We talking about New York. We got our own history here, brother.
Okay.
But how
New
can
York,
y'all take
New
it?
York Bloods here started July 16th, 1993. That's when that happened, and Mac was over in the 3 building. He just came in, and you had Dead Eye there, Rudy Red, Majesty, all of those individuals. And they said, man, we got to do something, because it seemed like every time these brothers do something, they do something to a brother. Because they said you had to be Spanish to be down. So if you was this black, you couldn't be a Latin king or nieta.
Let's get back to blood, though. Once OG Mac came in the name of blood, in the name of revolution, that resonated with us.
My thing is that real shit resonates, and you know, our struggle over here basically derived out of oppression. We follow the 10-point party platform. You know what I'm saying? We derive from the Black Panther movement over here.
These are the facts. Let me tell you something. No matter what you say about OG Mac, he was a rat or whatever. Once you can revolutionize dope fiends, crackheads, and the lowest people, once you can revolutionize them against a cause and unite them, then you are tapping into greatness. He tapped into greatness. That's what he did. Of course, some of it was used the wrong way. Of course, some of it was used against our own people. But he tapped in to a well of energy that's there for us, left to us from our ancestors, left to us in our bloodline, left to us. It's a birthright. That shit is a birthright. They don't got no rights to that over the East Coast. It's not theirs. That's a birthright for black people that pick up any flag of revolution. What you talking about? I was taught by the best. Real Black Panthers. Did 50 years. Some died in prison. All of them taught me. I know what I'm saying is facts. Think about it. Think. Once he came in the name of the Black Panthers, of Huey P. Newton, George Jackson, once they started feeding us that information and we tapped in with the bloodline, it was over.
While it is well known, or at least well alleged, or the information is out there that the acquaintance is the one who committed the robbery, George Jackson pled guilty, believing the advice of his lawyer that he would only be sentenced to a few months county jail time. He was eventually sentenced to life for a $70 gas station robbery. Upon doing his time, due to a lot of extreme unfair treatment by racist guards, you had a lot of black prisoners being shot and killed. He became a black revolutionary.
Check it out. Huey revolutionized the pimps, the pushers, the gangsters, and revolutionized them. All them dope fiends, all them cokeheads, he bring them in. What was Malcolm X before he turned Muslim? Before he turned NOI? Malcolm X was a dope fiend too. He was messing around. What was his name? Red? What was his name? Red? His pimp name. The Nation of Islam revolutionized the crackheads, the pimps, and the thugs. They got those demons off of us. So what? We can be good people in our communities. This is what they taught us.
During this time, he at some point felt it was extremely important for black prisoners, whether they was in the hole, whether they was on the main line or the San Quentin Adjustment Center, to learn how to communicate in a language. When they was around people they considered their enemies or their oppressors, that language couldn't be understood. So he implemented the use of Kiswahili or Swahili.
West side was the war cry, busting on frilly, screaming fuck all y'all niggas in Swahili.